What's up YouTube, this is Roy.
And this is Joey.
I'm from Third Duelist, and today we're looking at the World Superstars and Crossover Souls, and we're going to take a look at some of the good cards in there. And starting off with World Superstars, we have Elemental Hero Blazeman. Looking at its effect, if this card is normal or special summoned, you can add one Pulverization from your deck to your hand. During your main phase, you can send one Elemental Hero monster from your deck to the graveyard, except for himself. If you do, this card's attribute, attack, and defense becomes that attribute, attack, and defense until the end of the turn. If you activated this effect, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except fusion monsters. And you only use this effect once per turn and only once that turn. I don't really like the first effect with adding one poly because poly's bad. I mean, it's okay because you can send Shadow Mist and get its effect, but you can only special summon fusion monsters, so that stops your Bulbaman. And like, it's okay, but I don't know if you would actually play this because I mean it's a great way to get into some of your fusions a little bit faster, I guess, because you can make it whatever attribute you need it to be. But at the same time, that stops your Bulbaman and it stops your to make it better, you'd have to play Poly if you wanted to, but Poly's bad. So I don't necessarily think this card's going to be too good. 1800 defense is not bad, but that's not what you're going to use it for. I don't know. What are your opinions on this?
I'll talk about this. I really like this card, not only because you can abuse Shadow Mist, but it's really great when you draw your Mass Change, because you can send a Shadow Mist, search, Mass Change it, then you're getting a Dark Claw, and you got to search. So, and you can just search a Bulbaman or whatever you use next turn. And like, the first effect I had of Poly is awful, because Poly sucks, but being able to manipulate its attribute is really great for your Mass Change. Plus it's a fire you can have engrave, which means you can make Nova Master. It's a fire, it's got like 28 or 2900 attack for like Miracle Fusion, yeah. And when it destroys a monster, you draw a card. So you can play Nova Master in here with your Miracle Fusion, so it's good for that. And just being able to manipulate your attribute so you can make whatever Mass Tier you want is really good. So I really like this card. I would probably play one or two. Not sure which. Probably like cut the Voltic that I play for this because it's better. And it just, you're spamming Shadow Mist, which is what you want to do in Heroes, which is really good, and you get more Dark Claws and things like that. So I think it's really good, and I'm excited for it to come out because I can play it in Heroes. So moving on.
Alright, we have Heavy Cavalry of the Chromatic Flames. Alright, so this is a zombie Gemini monster.
It's a fire.
And it's level 4, 1800 attack, 200 defense.
Before we go on, you may well be wondering what the hell we are thinking if we're reviewing a Gemini monster. But just wait, I promise. It's
yeah,
good.
So it has the treat as normal, face up, and graveyard. Yeah, Gemini. The effect is, at the start of the damage step, if this card attacks a special summon monster, you can banish that monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't target, by the way. It's a construct effect.
Yeah.
For a normal summon and a supervise.
Yeah, you can play Supervise and yeah.
Supervise is an equip spell. You can search with Hidden Armory.
Yep.
So this card makes me want to play a Gemini deck just because I think it would be fun. But overall it just looks like a really strong card if you can get its effect off. Plus it's 1800, right?
So yeah, 1800.
It's a really good card. Being a Gemini hurts it, but if this wasn't a Gemini and it had that effect, that'd be ridiculous. Like normal summon.
I think that's why it has to be a Gemini.
Yeah, like it'd be too good if it wasn't a Gemini. So
I mean, if you can make it last the one turn to Gemini summon it, if you had to, it wouldn't be that bad because 1800 is still pretty good.
Yeah, like.
But
plus it's 4, so you're rank 4s.
Overall, I really like this card. I mean, then again, you can't play it in everything because, I mean,
well, no,
zombie fire. But
yeah, that's not an actual thing, but
just thought we'd talk about this card because
it's really cool.
Oh, banish that when you attack.
No, and this doesn't target, by the way. Screw you.
Anyways, moving on, we have Chronomaly Nebradisk. Basically, it's a searcher that can be searched, and Chronopolis can use this, and I feel like it's pretty decent. It gives Chronopolis some more support, and I like it overall.
Yeah, I mean, I don't play Chronopolis, but a lot of people that do are really excited for this card because you can search it with, you can't search itself, but Crystal Skull can search it, and you can just do all sorts of shenanigans. It's just a really powerful card, and I think it's really good for Chronopolis to get it.
And 1800 attack for this one as well, 1500 defense.
Yeah.
So like it's
It's
pretty
it's good
pretty
card.
well rounded.
It's
Yeah,
a really
I like
good
it.
card.
Moving on, this is the last one out of this set that we feel should be talked about so far that's been released that we're going to be getting. And that is number 86, Heroic Champion Ragome. However the hell you say that. It's nice.
Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Rago. Anyways, you can exceed some of this with 2 or more max 5 level 4 warrior type monsters. During each of your opponent's end phases, detach 1 material from this card. This card gains fallen effects based on the number of exceed material attached to it. 1 or more, this card cannot be stored with battle. 2 or more, gains 1500 attack and defense.
It's base 1500, so
3 or more,
get up to 3k.
yeah, 3 or more, this card's unaffected by other card effects.
Yeah,
Getting kind of ridiculous there.
it gets worse.
4 or more, your opponent can add normal or special summon.
5 or more.
5 or more, once per turn, you can destroy all cards your opponent controls.
Yeah. Satellar Knights are warriors. Happy face.
I'm not too happy. I mean, if I was playing Satellar Knights, I would love this card because it's ridiculous.
Well, no, like literally all you need is to call the Haunted to make this card.
Yeah, and
Call the Haunted, make card, blow up field, kill you in face.
when we get on to Crossover Souls with the new Satellar Knight monster, or Chief monster, we'll get into that next. But that one's the first one they're getting that's can be summoned with 2 level 4s, and this one also kind of helps with that too, and get into a pretty decent one. But also 3 or more. I mean, you can make this one a lot unaffected by their card effects. Like this.
You can't Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
And if you soul charge correctly, you can get into this easily. If you use that.
With a Call of the Haunted, you can make it with 5. You just call the Haunted and Altair, bring back to Neb during your turn, Vega Altair to Neb.
Well, if you. Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah.
I was thinking in 1 turn, but.
Yeah, like in phase, call the Haunted their thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's. Yeah.
But anyways, that's all that we found that were
Mentionable.
yes.
Anyway, new Tellar Knight Exceeds. I'll tell you the important part. It's a rank 4 warrior Exceeds, and it has Tellar Knight in the name, and it's 2 or more level 4 monsters. I mean, I'll read the effect for you, even though it's irrelevant, because it doesn't matter, because you're just going to make this with 2, then make a diamond, then say fuck you to the opponent. But anyway, it says 2 or more level 4 monsters during either player's turn, you can attach 3 Exceeds material from this card. To special summon from your extra deck 1 monster that is 1 rank higher than this card, except a number monster. By using this card as the Exceeds material, your special summon is treated as an Exceeds summon. Exceeds materials attached to this card become attached to that one. You can attach 7 Exceeds material from this card to skip your opponent's next turn. During each end phase, you can attach 1 Stellar Knight card from your extra deck to this card as an Exceeds material. Now, as I said, this card's effect is terrible, and I'm not going to use it for that at all, but it's 2 level 4s that can make diamond. That's all it's useful for. That's it.
I mean, I could see you potentially like maybe using this and getting out some other Exceeds, but
There's not enough extra deck space to play 5s, too.
yeah,
You're already cramming it with Trivers and this and diamond, and you don't have the space for that. And then getting 7 materials on this is just silly.
You could cut the first one you guys got, the one that like Deltaros.
No
one ever uses that
you need
anymore.
Deltaros because it's generic, and you can make it with Star Seraphs and then make a diamond.
Yeah.
You have to play Deltaros. Like Deltaros, you have.
Like I don't see anyone ever playing Deltaros anymore. It's always true.
No, you need it for Star Seraphs because it's generic. So.
Yeah.
You don't have room for 5s, and then if you get 7 materials on this, then you're playing. No. You have to keep this alive for 2 turns to do it. Like you have to keep it alive for you, but because you can make it with 5, and then during your end phase attach 1, and then if they can kill it, then you just wasted all your resources for nothing. So bad.
So basically,
Don't
instant,
use the effect, make diamond.
yeah, instant diamond is what this is gonna do.
Anyway, next card, Yuki Usagi. I'm probably butchering that. It means ghost rabbit, translated from Japanese. It's a 3-star psychic tuner light monster. It says during either player's turn when a monster effect is activated on the field or when the effect of a physical solar attack card is activated, you can send this card from your hand or from your side of the field to the graveyard and destroy that card. And you can only use it once per turn. So this is really great against Cliff Forts. Search with Scout, blow up Scout.
My only downside of this is that it doesn't negate and destroy; it just destroys.
That
so
would
they
be
still
silly.
Get the search.
That'd be a better effect veiler.
Yeah, but
No,
like
that's-
they still search the scout. They still get the effect to go off.
Yeah,
but the
if
thing's
you
no
blow
longer
it up,
there. So
I really like this because it gets rid of problems.
and
You summon Altair to summon a Deneb. Blow up Altair. You can't exceed. Screw you.
also this you can get this thing out really fast with E-Tele.
No, you don't want to do that because it's banished at the end phase.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if you can get if you know they're going to go for something, you kind of do like a maxi type of thing. Like either they have to do something or they don't.
I mean, I wouldn't want to waste 2 cards for that though. Like,
Yeah, true. But I mean, if you had to, if you wanted to,
I mean,
if you had the room.
I really like it as a hand trap instead of like a psychic target for E-Tele.
It is a tuner though, so
Yeah, it is a tuner.
if you wanted to.
Yeah. The last card is Rising Void. It reads, if you control a monster who's not an Inferno monster, send this card to the graveyard. You can only use each of these effects of Rising Void once per turn. During each of your opponent's standby phases, you can target one Inferno monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. During each of your standby phases, you can target one of your banished Infernoid monsters and return it to the graveyard. Now, I don't know much about Infernoids, but I do know that the first effect is god-awful, and the last effect is pretty decent, but it's kind of slow. And I don't really know if they'd play it just because if you draw, like, the deck needs Void Launch. Like, if you don't open Void Launch, you lose. So, I don't know.
Yeah, so I don't play Infernoids. I mean, I get the basic idea, but looking at some other people's responses to this, and especially DP Yu-Gi-Oh, he doesn't like this card. He thinks it's trash, and I can see why. And that's because the first effect is terrible. The main thing he brought up was it's on your opponent's standby phase. What? Why? And you add it to your hand. That's bad. You want it in your graveyard.
I mean, you can banish it from hand too, but
Yeah,
it's
but-
pointless. You're gonna banish it anyway.
Yeah, and then the other effect is pretty good. You just return one of the banished ones to the graveyard. But he brought up a really valid point that I was obvious, and that is Burial does more for less, and it's not as stupid as this.
I mean, it's a 1.
And well, it is at 1, yeah. And but that, and there's a whole bunch of other things that they can use to fill their graveyard and return their banished stuff, and they don't need to use this. And I mean, it's an okay card. You might see some people playing it, but I don't know. I think they could have gotten better, or this could have been a better effect.
I personally don't like it.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Anyways, I think that is
Yeah, that's
all
all we got for you guys.
the news for this week. And until next time. If you like the content that you just saw, you can click over here on all these other links and check out the rest of our channel.
And if you liked our stuff, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and tell us what you thought in the comments below.